Attorney George Talley to establish the procedures for this meeting.
Thank you. We're going to be somewhat informal, as we always have with most matters of this nation. We're going to listen, first of all, we'll listen to the party bringing the complaint, Mr. Taylor. We'll listen to whatever they have to say, or any witnesses they have. We will give the other side the opportunity to question their witnesses, and then we'll hear from Mayor Fred, any witnesses he may have his attorneys. Now, we're going to try to do it informally, move along. We would ask that everybody just be quiet, listen, and don't interrupt. We're going to try our best to wait and let them finish what they have to say, and then any questions any member of the committee or myself may have, we're going to ask at that time. Any questions about how we're going to proceed?
Mr. Talley, would you please turn up the sound we all came here to hear?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Anybody else have any questions? Thank you. First of all, I also think that I need to disclose that each member of this committee has in the past received campaign donations from Mr. Taylor. I have talked with all three of them, and they agree that they have, but it will not in any way affect their decision. They will be unfair and unbiased. I've also asked them as to whether they have had any contact or discussed this matter with Mr. Taylor since he filed this complaint. They have not. But they have had some discussions before he filed this complaint, which he did here at the mayor council meeting and with others. Anybody has any questions about that? On either side, you can ask the mayor. We'll hear from you. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Talley, Mr. Committee, thank you for allowing me to be here today. Mr. Talley, just to give you an overview and the members of the committee, an overview of what we intend to present today, we will not be calling any witnesses other than Mr. Taylor would like to speak. However, I do want to highlight certain documents that have already been submitted to Ms. Bolden and Mr. Payton through the procedure established by the Code of Ethics. And I believe we filed not only our original complaint, but we've also filed 2 supplements, the latest being today. And I'd like to highlight some of those documents. All right. And I'm going to try to be as brief as I can, because I'm sure the members of the committee have already read our complaint and supplements, which pretty much sets out the facts of this particular case. But before I get started, I do want to make one thing clear. Neither Mr. Taylor nor I come here today to attack the city, to attack the city council, or to attack the mayor. Instead, we are here for one very simple reason. And that is no one, not the mayor, not any member of the city council, not any citizens above the law. And that is the reason Mr. Taylor and I brought this complaint, and that is the reason we're here today. But in making this complaint, I want to acknowledge that both Mr. Taylor and I have utmost respect for all public officials. I know that the 3 of y'all have endured financial sacrifice to be in the city council. And we realize that, and we appreciate it. So we're not here today to attack anyone, but we're here today because of the principle that no one should be above the law. Now, the facts of this case are fairly simple, and they're set out in our complaint. In January of 2009, Governor Perdue...
Mr. Taylor, let me make an objection this time. As I thought understood, Mr. Smith correct, that he may have filed 2 supplemental allegations. Correct?
Yes.
Well, my client is filed a notice, and we received those supplements.
Mr. Taylor, I'll respond.
Hold this a minute. I think I get this understanding.
There's one supplement today.
One supplement that was filed the 28th of 28th of April. something that shows a copy to me and a copy to Alvin Payton. Have you not seen the verified statement of J. Homer Smith Jr., which was filed 28th of April?
Yeah, I've seen that, it's my understanding, so.
The only other thing I'm aware of, Mr. Bennett, is what was filed today. In fact, I called your office about it, but it did not show the statement of Joe M. Ponce.
Just the affidavit.
Yeah, just that. Does that cover everything?
Yes, sir, that's it.
Yeah, those are the two.
And Your Honor, to correct Mr. Bennett, according to the Code of Ethics, when we file something, we are to file it with, in this circumstance, the mayor pro tem in care of the city clerk, which is exactly what we did. So we have complied with the Code of Ethics, and Mr. Bennett's mistaken about that. But going back to the very simple facts of this case, Mayor Freddie was appointed by Governor Perdue in January 2009 to be a member of the Georgia Board of Community Affairs. Basically from February 2009 up to present, Mayor Freddie at various times has traveled to Atlanta for these meetings. He has been compensated for every meeting with a per diem by the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. In addition to that, on a number of meetings, basically going up through August of 2010, Mayor Freddie, for most of those meetings, also received mileage reimbursement for travel from Valdosta to Atlanta. Now let me stop a minute. There is absolutely nothing wrong or improper about Mayor Freddie having received a per diem for meals and for hotel. There's absolutely nothing improper about Mayor Freddie receiving mileage from Valdosta to Atlanta from the Department of Community Affairs. He was 100% entitled to receive that reimbursement. The problem comes in for these exact same meetings, and I'm going to highlight one in a minute. For these exact same meetings, Mayor Freddie, in addition to receiving a per diem for hotel meals, he also turned in expenses for actual hotel and actual meal to the city of Valdosta. So on one hand, he's getting $105, which, as I'll point out in a minute, is explicitly for meal and hotel. On the other hand, he's getting actual reimbursement for meals and hotel from the city of Valdosta. In addition to that, on 9 separate, possibly 10, but on 9 separate occasions between February 2009 and the summer of 2010, Mayor Freddie not only received a mileage reimbursement from the Department of Community Affairs, he also received a mileage reimbursement from the city of Valdosta. And I'd like to highlight one particular trip, which was on August 4th, traveling up on August 4th, 2009, returning on August 5th, 2009. Here it is, and this is in the documents we have presented to the committee. This is the expense reimbursement sheet Mayor Freddie submitted to the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. A couple of things that are important about this sheet. First of all, and as will be noted later, the mayor has somewhat taken a different position on this. It is explicit on this expense sheet. This daily per diem allowance is in lieu of payment for actual expenses incurred for meal and lodging. So there's no question that the $105 per diem was for meal and lodging. The second thing that is significant on this particular A4 and A5 expense submission to the Department of Community Affairs is that the mayor has submitted mileage here to the Department of Community Affairs, and then if you go to the matching sheet, the city of Valdosta, mileage here. So on this particular occasion, Mayor Freddie received duplicate mileage, which is a little bit of money. It's over $200. He got it from the Department of Community Affairs. He also got it from the city of Valdosta. He got $105 per diem from the Department of Community Affairs. He got actual hotel and actual meals from the city of Valdosta. And that is very similar to the other reports we have submitted to the committee. So there's no question that in these facts, gentlemen, are not in dispute that Mayor Freddie received duplicate reimbursement for hotel and meals, a per diem on one hand, actual reimbursement on the other, actual reimbursement from the city, the per diem from the Department of Community Affairs, and on 9 different occasions, possibly 10, we have documentation of 9, on 9 different occasions he received duplicate mileage. One mileage check from the city, one mileage check from the Department of Community These facts are not in dispute.